Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champions Cincinnati Bengals taking on the NFC champions, the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis and CD, the Bengals. Well, they're officially no fluke. Champions of the AFC for a second consecutive year.
And how about the Cincinnati Bengals franchise? Before last year, they did not won a playoff game since January of 1991. They are now 0-3 in Super Bowls with the loss last year to the Rams. 2 previously to Joe Montana 49ers in the 1980s, looking to get their first championship in this one.
Meanwhile, the Cowboys have had some ups and downs since their last Super Bowl appearance, but they're back for the 9th time, trying to win number 6 and tie the Patriots and Steelers. For the Cowboys, their last Super Bowl title quite a while ago, January of '96.
And those were great teams. Jimmy Johnson was their head coach, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, all Hall of Famers. They were known as the Triplets. But then you go further back to those great teams in the 70s, led by Hall of Fame coach Tom Landry, Roger Staubach at quarterback, Tony Dorsett at running back. Those were great teams as well. This one, trying to create their own identity.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway here on EA Sports. This fielded right at the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
2 years ago, we saw Dak Prescott carted off the field with a major injury. And 2 years later, here he is, leading his Cowboys into the Super Bowl. What a rewarding moment for one of the league's most inspirational players.
First down, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, Don?
I bet you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Prescott to throw it. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And everyone was quick to say after a heartbreaking loss in last year's Super Bowl, don't worry, Joe Burrow will get back here again. But we all knew that was no guarantee. Yet he's lived up to it 1 year later. Here he is leading the Bengals back for a shot at redemption in his second Super Bowl appearance.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. He'll get this to about the 38.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 38, Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
From midfield now, Burrow. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's 2nd and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up, and he will have a 1st down here at about the 40.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A draw play for Mixon. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott, he's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Looking to throw, Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team, because now your defense has to make that stand up.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ferguson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
On second down, it's Vaughn. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. A false start backs them up 5. 1st and 15. Play action now. Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
They'll try and run for it with Vaughn. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now a dump off here complete, and they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Vaughn on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. On the draw, it's Vaughn. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
We always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Up the middle, it's Vaughn. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Bengals set to take over. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field, because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Now it's Burrow. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57.
7-all is the score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. Last drive, surgeon-like, dare I say, 7 for 7. That'll help your QB rating.
It will indeed, won't it? Can you figure out QB rating? Can you do it? Can you do the formula?
No, I just know the higher the number, the better.
Yeah.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott, he finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe, because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Mixon.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 35 on second down, Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Here's second and a yard. Now they go play action now. Burrow to Mixon on the check down. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he's got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, 39 yards. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And McPherson on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. To throw is Prescott. Forced out to his left. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brian Anger now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. From the 29, Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. They'll give him 4 yards there, and now it's 3rd and 3.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Now it's Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing. And that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
Is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. This pass complete to Higgins. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. To the air again, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Mixing up the middle. He's got it to the 43 here.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Back to Mixon on second down.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 38.
Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On third down, Mixon. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow. It's caught. Smith.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. Touchdown, Bengals!
Irv Smith Jr.,
a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Bengals continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
McPherson on for the point after.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A 10-play drive that time, and it ends with a Bengals score.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
And out now come the Cowboys.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's first and 10 from the 45.
Running behind center with Vaughn.
And he's got some space here. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
63 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with the touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now Burrow on first down. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. First down, here's Burrow. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. This is Mixon on the draw. Oh, look at the juke. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on third. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 19. Instead of a 3rd-and-1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Call it a gain of a yard as it brings us to the end of the first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Cowboys. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. And the Bengal offense ready to go here to start the 3rd quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I would describe the way that he's played today as mature. He's already moved on mentally from that incompletion, and he's more than ready to throw his next pass downfield.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And Burrow going to throw again.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Burrow.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From midfield now, Burrow. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When those extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Let's go right here.
Off the play fake, Prescott.
Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage. No yardage to be found.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Prescott to throw it. They'll set up the screen to Vaughn. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now Prescott. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. Now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now, it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. He's got Smith here. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow got a man open. It's Chase. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The LSU connection. Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. Buying time. Now Burrow loses the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And fantastic field position has them just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line in the red zone. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jake Ferguson, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will shrink to 6. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. On the return is Jones from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete.
I had to do a double take on that one, Brandon, because so far in this game, we haven't seen many of his passes fall incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to mix him. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now here come the Cowboys.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Prescott now from the 50. Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. On the draw, it's Pollard. Oh, good move. He'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10.
At their own 12-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Higgins over the middle. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Vaughn on the handoff.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
79 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On the ground with Vaughn.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though.
Vaughn will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2.
And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
3rd and goal, a big play in the Super Bowl.
Now Prescott. Throwing middle, and it's It's complete. Touchdown! Michael Gallup, his second touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from taking the lead in this Super Bowl.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Cincinnati ready to take the field.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Coverage a little too good there, but it's second down.
Give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Third quarter of the biggest spectacle in sport, the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us, everybody. 2nd and 10.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Burrow on 3rd down. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Folks, welcome back to the biggest stage in sports, the Super Bowl, and now we get down to the good stuff, the 4th and final quarter.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. It's caught on the right side, it's Smith. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Drop for a loss there on a nice effort by Osa Odighizuwa.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Let's go, baby.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Burrow looking to pass. Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought it from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Burrow. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Jonah Williams, former 1st-round pick, the guilty party.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now Burrow.
Throw left side, complete to Chase. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal.
Now a tip of the cap to the man under center, Charles. He just went over 400 yards passing in this ball game. He's got the touchdown passes to boot, taking pretty good care of the ball. Just all around a really solid performance.
Yeah, just check, and check, right? Because he certainly showed he was worthy of the trust that his team put in him. A handful of touchdowns to his credit thus far. Now he's just crossing off yardage milestones, and win or lose, his name has to be in serious discussion for player of the game.
Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points, and they need them badly. Trailing here in the fourth quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. This one swung out to Vaughn. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's a handoff to Vaughn. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 7. Prescott to throw it. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Out of the gun, it's a give to Vaughn. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, a run with Vaughn. Oh, he shifts past him, and he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 7. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Bengals getting set to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll look to throw here. Able to find Higgins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the Super Bowl. And with that pass, CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game. And even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read, heard about was the confidence he had that he could put up big numbers. Kudos to him for coming out here with that belief in himself and for making it happen.
First down, here's Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow, open man is Chase, complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From midfield now, Burrow. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Thanks to his effort, they now have a big choice to make here. He just ran them into field goal range with that one, so here come the choices. Do they kick it here, or do they trust him to make another big play and possibly get a first down?
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Prescott now. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Ferguson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
23 yards on the play. Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. Now Dak. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the fourth quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 1. 80 seconds remaining. A field goal wins the Super Bowl, but work to do here on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Complete to Boyd. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Nice, well-coached, a team that understands what's going on. They still have time to work the middle of the field as they just did there.
Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now Burrow. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first. Counting down to 30 seconds remaining. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw, Burrow. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead. And also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because they did a tremendous job to put themselves in a position to win, but they can't celebrate just yet. They've got to clamp down on any big plays and force them to use up those timeouts without making any headway.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. Throwing now is Joe Burrow. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
to the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now it's the Cowboys' turn, trailing by a touchdown. A little over 20 seconds to go. And they have to have a touchdown to level this Super Bowl as they come up on first down. Here's Dak. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get to midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. He's got him in, complete. So there's one big play followed by the timeout as we're under 10 seconds to go. And now how do you play it offensively? We'll find out. Prescott. This to possibly force OT. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over. Bengal Nation rejoice. Cincinnati has given you the Super Bowl title. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.